Right, basically, here's the plan of action, boys. I'm going to record all of these in one fell swoop, and I'm going to get these posted in the next few days. Yes, I missed the deadline, blah, 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 whatever, shut up. Right, Liverpool's season last year, not the best in the world. I mean, fifth place for a team that won the Premier League, 25 points off the eventual title winners in the end. That's not very good at all. Honestly, it's really, really not ideal for the boys in red. Yeah, the drop off they had from that season, that 24-25 year, slot come in, wins the league, it's a bit of a breeze. Obviously, it's more of we're still Klopp's DNA was all over that, but regardless, I mean, the drop off was pretty abhorrent. Fell down to fifth, just about lucky to get Champions League football. Really lucky that certain other results didn't go in the way that intended. But yeah, not a good season overall for Liverpool. Let's get straight into it, boys and girls. If you're looking at purely results wise, I mean, they had a really good start to the season, but they were not playing well at all. I mean, this game here was very even, saved by the bell, really. Chiesa in the 88th minute and Salah wrapping it up late on. Same here again. Ungamoa 90 plus 10th minute. I mean, how a game can carry on that long is just beyond me. Dodgy performance against Liverpool with Soboslai's free kick being the ultimate decider there. A 1-0 at Burnley. I mean, this is 95th minute penalty. I remember this game. It was so bad. Like, Liverpool just did not look like the team from old at all. The Derby Day win as well. Again, just unconvincing, entirely unconvincing. And then the wheels start to fall off. They lose in the last minute. Eddie Nketiah scores. I remember this. This was a pretty hectic moment. Chiesa in the 87th again. But yeah, they just performances just started to drop. This is a great Estevan moment. They got, oh dearie me, I've just booted me PC. That's not great. Any chance? I have to do. Um, and yeah, they just start to drop off. I mean, losing to United, losing at Brentford, beating us. Cheers, that boys. But yeah, man, losing in just embarrassing fashion. I mean, 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. Come on, man. This is just nowhere near good enough. Was this Deutsch? Yeah, this is a Deutsch team that beat you 3-0 as Liverpool. Like, you've got to have a word there. That just isn't nowhere near up to par. PSV absolutely putting them in the dirt. Um, and then they put together. They were okay. They kind of sorted it out ish in the winter months. A few wins, a few draws, but again, a game that you should be winning. You shouldn't be conceding to Harrison Reed in the 97th minute like that. 3-3 at Leeds. I mean, Tanaka in the 96th minute again. Just hold on. You know what I mean? It's just not like anywhere near good enough overall. And you get a few wins here in February, but then you're losing to. I mean, you're drawing to Burnley. Like, come on, man. You're losing to City. This is a team that were fighting at the top of the league. You're losing to Bournemouth, who yes did turn it around, but again, that's another last minute winner. And then you hit the inconsistency, and this is where you kind of start to think, okay, this has got to be over for Slot fairly soon, if it isn't already. You're out the Champions League. Yeah, 2-0, 2-0 each way, getting battered by City. You're just not putting in good results. This is a Spurs team that nearly got relegated, um, and then just ending the season with just a whimper. I mean, losing to United, losing to us, we put them in a pack that day. That was a great little game of football. And then drawing to Chelsea and then Brentford on the last day of the season at home. It's just not at all good enough from a Liverpool perspective. I know it's not the transfer section yet here, but it comes back to the money spent, and the money spent. He should not be finishing fifth. He should not be 25 points off the eventual Premier League winners. A lot has been spoken about Liverpool's season already. I've spoken at Idiom about it in the Podium videos. And it's going to be a 5 out of 10 for performance. You are saved by the fact that you got Champions League football, which again was a lot closer than it should ever have been. So yeah, it's going to be a 5 out of 10. They really need to build on this going forward this season. I mean, I know they've already had their first game again saved by the bell, but it's a new manager. I can kind of forgive it a bit more. And something needs to change from the performances from last season. Really, really do. I'm going to start actually with departures, because this is where I think they didn't. This is where the basis of their window really came from for me. So Diaz leaves, Nunez leaves, Kwanzaa leaves. These are three players with an influential role in Liverpool's title-winning season to whatever extent. These is Luis Diaz obviously played a lot more games than these two, but these two had their role off the bench, and they spent a lot in replacement here. This is the two obviously big ones: Isak, Verts, and then Leone. You'd look at as the replacement for Kwanzaa on that one. Um, Obviously, improvements were needed across the board. They lost Trent. They were struggling for depth in the fullback areas. I think so. They're bringing Kirkes and Frimpong again on paper, two good signings. Um, the fact that Ekatike is the only success story here for me is just mind blowing. 483 million euros spent in one window. That is just mental. Um, can you say it was worth it at all? No, you can't. For me, the only good signing here is Ekatike. They pounced. Newcastle were dawdling on the Isak deal, and they ended up with both players. How can you balance? I mean, this here is what 240 million pounds worth of striker talent in two players, in Isak and Ekatike. They have not. They just, how can they play together? How can you sign two massive statement signings, one and then one that's bigger than the other, and then expect them both to perform with each other? Ekatike came in and was fantastic until his injury. Isak came in and was shit. Um, Florian Wirtz as well. I mean, just the excuses that you used to justify how genuinely poor he performed for Liverpool are just beyond me. He has not shown the player that we saw in Germany. Nowhere near enough. Um, had a few good performances in the winter months, put in a few good shifts, and then it was just kind of right back to square one. And it seemed to be the same case in the game the other day against Newcastle, just really offering nothing of note. Isak up front again, just nothing of note, and it's a new season now. His pre-season excuse was used for a very long time. A lot of injury problems. I can understand how the injury problems will come as a result of the pre-season, but again, whose fault is it? You know, it's Isak's fault. He refused to train. He refused to be fit enough to make an impact from the start of his Liverpool career. I mean, he probably knew he was getting the move anyway because, I mean, this is a lot of money. Newcastle aren't going to turn that down. But it's his fault that he made himself unavailable for training, unavailable for game time, and then struggled. I mean, we sat there in December talking about pre-season. That's just not good enough for me. That doesn't do it at all. By the time it's December, you've been there for 3 months now. If you're not match fit, then you need to look at yourself in the mirror. Florian Wirtz, poor performances just left and right. Just didn't impact games nowhere anywhere near enough as he needed to, especially given the fact that that's 125 million euros spent on him. The fullbacks now. Kirkes and Frimpong. These are two extremely aggressive fullbacks that would work very well in a five. Obviously, Liverpool don't play a five, and I can't remember the last time they played a five. Frimpong as a right wing back is excellent. Kirkes as a left back with defenders around him that are able and willing to cover, and when I don't know, potentially when there's less pressure on him, excellent. They come into this Liverpool team. I'll be real; they both stunk up the gaff. Kirkes just didn't look anywhere near as good as he did when he did play at Bournemouth. And Frimpong honestly was worse. He looked so like even going forward, he struggled, which is poor considering that's his main selling point. I think this was a gross misuse of funds this year. Um, it's going to be a 5 out of 10 for Liverpool in the transfers. Honestly, could be lower. The reason they're not is because these are good players. They have a lot of room to grow, and I think in a few years, this has potential to age a lot better than people rate it right now. I understand why people could give it a 3 or a 2, which honestly is entirely fair. But I think you do have to look to the future. You know, you're not signing these players just for the season coming up. I mean, you've got 18, 24, 21, 22, 23, 25. Give it 8 years, all one, two, three, four, five, six of these players very feasibly could still be at this football club and could be performing well. So it might be a case of in 4 years' time we look back on this and go, this is a great window. Obviously, it took them a while to get going, but look at how well Liverpool are doing now. So I feel like I have to give them a bit of a props for that. So it's a 5 out of 10, but a very very weak low 5 out of 10 for me. I'm going to start again with the departures. Robertson, Salah, Konate, and Jones. Big chunk of that Liverpool squad out. These are players that have featured consistently for the last few years. Big losses on Konate there. Salah and Robbo leaving on a free. Obviously, they believe their time at Liverpool is over. Salah, definitely for me, I think it was time to go. It was time to end it. They'd had a fantastic run. He's one of the best players the Premier League's ever seen, and yeah, it's an end of an era. It will be a shame not to see him anymore, but I think for everyone involved, it is the best thing for it. Robbo again getting on a little bit. Honestly, could still have done a job. Oh, I think he's probably a better backup than Simicast. Is better able to mentor Kirkes than Simicast is, and I think losing Curtis Jones is actually quite a big gut punch because they are weak in midfield. Liverpool are. They have got what Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, McAllister, and not that much else going for them in that midfield area. For the signings they've made, Jamie Jacquet and Ronald Araujo, they do need depth in midfield. Not midfield. They do need depth in midfield. They need depth at the back, which they have. They have signed. They've signed defenders here. Araujo a bit not the best centre back. Obviously, had his issues at Barcelona, and Jacquet's a bit of an unproven quantity. Honestly, I'm not that annoyed by these two signings. I mean, these are they need players. You know, they've got a Champions League campaign coming up. They want to give it a good go this year. They need some backup in the midfield. Victor Munoz, I don't know a lot about. I'll be honest with you, but I do think they need attacking reinforcement. Giving Ungamoa all that game time is a good thing, but he can't do it all. He can't play 70 games a season. He needs other options there. Having a look at this team now. So for me, Iriola, great manager. I think that's a really good appointment there. No qualms from my end. Um, but the squad just doesn't look great. I'll be honest with you. It as blunt as it is. It just don't look doesn't look all that like. This is just a team that I don't look at and think, yeah, this is one of the great Liverpool teams. You've got an aging core of You've got players like Van Dijk. You've got players like Endo in there. Simicast isn't getting on. Is getting on. You got some old boys in there from the old days. Alisson's 33. Like these players that Liverpool fans know and love are starting to be phased out. Um, a lot of injury issues starting the season. For me, improvements are needed. They are in dire need of a six. McAllister is not a six. For me, Gravenberch also really isn't a six. You need Adam Wharton in that role for me. I think Adam Wharton would slot really well into this midfield. The fact that they haven't moved for him yet, I think, is pretty poor. I'm going to be honest. He is still not. He'll be on the market. Like there's a price for everyone, and it's not as if they haven't got the money to spend on the geezer. You need a right winger as well. If I look at these winger options, who do you think would play out wide? So you'd have Isak up top, probably Gakpo and Rio. Really, it's just light. It's really light. I mean, you've got good backup options here, like having Ungamoa, Munoz, and Chiesa as depth on the wings is great. But who's starting there? I don't know if these boys are quality enough to bring Liverpool forward. I mean, I don't doubt the quality Ngamoa has. I like Chiesa as a player, and Munoz could be really anything as an entity. But a right wing is needed there. Yankuba Minter is right there. Iliman Diaye is right there. Those are still the two main options if I was a Liverpool fan that I'd be looking at salivating over. Champions League football is good. It's always what's needed for teams like Liverpool. You expect to be in the Champions League. If you're not, then it's a bit of a disaster. Um, I'm going to give them a 6 on the prospects for next season. I'm not massively confident. It'll be a fight for Champions League football again, I think, because yeah, this isn't the best Liverpool team I've ever seen in my life. I'll be real with you. Honestly, you could do with a versatile defender as well, someone who can kind of play across the three. Like obviously not him specifically, but Oscar Mingueza going to Palace, I think is really good for them because he is very versatile as a defensive option. And Liverpool needs someone along them lines because Conor Bradley is an injury risk. Jeremy Frimpong is an injury risk. Gomez is never fit. Simicas, I don't rate particularly highly anymore. And you need options in case Kirkers and Frimpong are having poor games, and obviously to slot in at centre back if really needs be. It's going to be a 6. Work needs to be doing. Obviously, there's good players here, but yeah, there's needs still a little bit of lick of paint on this team for me. That sees Liverpool on 16 out of 30. Not a good season. Worse than their Merseyside rivals, who stop it. Worse than Merseyside. Stop. Than their Merseyside rivals. I wonder what is going on here. I'm not even dragging the mouse. But yeah, in and amongst people who've had very average years, Newcastle, Fulham, Everton, and yeah, not a very good one for the not a very good one for the Scousers. But yeah, that has been me, and I'll get straight into making the next video. Thank you very much for watching, boys. Have a good one.